Video, I'm going to be sharing with you a full coverage, full face look because it's Monday, and I feel like on Mondays you just kind of need to go and do the whole thing and really go for it. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. I'm going to be going for it and going for it the full face. So do me a favor and say a little hashtag hello lovely down in the comments below, whether you're watching this on replay or you're watching it on live. I'm so excited to have you here at Minute with Mary. I love to share tips that are attainable, tips and tricks that help you to become more confident or more creative when it comes to your makeup and skincare. And what's super duper cool is I am having holiday bundles right now. So whether you are joining me on Instagram or on Facebook, I would love for you to say a little hashtag hello lovely, as I said. All right, so here we go. Full face conceal, full face like coverage. You see all of my little freckles and my age spots and the pink that is in my face because I've got Celtic heritage. It's all lovely. It's all fine. I take super good care of my skin. You can see it's actually glowing with hydration right now because I've been doing some masking this morning, and I've been really making sure that I take care of my skin, especially in the winter months. But that being said, I want to play with this, and some days you just want to have a little extra coverage when it comes to your foundation. And I know that many of you, I've been speaking with you about different types of foundations, and many of you reached out and you said, I like full coverage. Even though me, Mary Larson, even though I prefer more of a light to medium coverage because I embrace my freckles, I also appreciate that not everybody feels that way. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to share with you my full face routine. As I said, put a little hashtag hello lovely in those comments below. Hi Instagram friends, how are you? I see Destiny's joining in, I see Carrie, I see Bailey. I've got all my friends coming on. All right, so I am doing what's called a setting spray sandwich. There are loads of tips and tricks that I've learned over the past 4 years in this makeup journey, but one of them is to really get the longest wear for your makeup. You need to have a great base, and you need to have a great setting product. You need to think of your makeup like a sandwich, and all the great foundation and blush and all those pretty things, those are the meat of the sandwich. But the bread are your priming products and your setting products. It really creates a perfect canvas on which your makeup is not going to settle in your fine lines and pores. It's gonna stay on your face and also then not transfer and rub off on other places. So I put some setting spray on my face. This is great if you have oily skin and you really want to create a nice barrier so that way your oils of your skin don't come and eat away at your makeup. Primer does that as well, but if you do have particularly really oily skin, doing a bit of a setting spray and then your face primer makes a huge difference. So once that setting spray is dry, I'm going to go on in and actually apply some primer. Now there's different types of primer out there. I have a mattifying primer, I have a hydrating primer, I have a regular primer, I got all sorts of primers. So if you do ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can also do some shopping right at minutewithmary.com. But on this Monday, I've got a lot of things I gotta do because I didn't realize that I am a chaperone tomorrow for my son's field trip. And I had planned on doing some meetings and doing some other stuff tomorrow. For some reason, I think the teacher originally had sent us the wrong date, and I thankfully, due to this makeup business that I'm sharing with you right now, I actually have the flexibility to always be available to volunteer at my kids' school, to go on the field trips, to volunteer at the book fairs and all that stuff, except she sent me the wrong date. So I've got to do a little bit of extra stuff. So I figured, you know what, today is a great day to do this full face of makeup. Now, face primer fills in pores, fills in fine lines, and also creates a smoother, blanker canvas on which your makeup, your foundation is going to go on. It actually means you use less foundation, which is super cool. And it's going to act like Velcro to make sure your face doesn't melt off throughout the day. You do need to let it sit. You need to let it set for a couple of minutes. You can't just slab on your foundation right away, or else the two things mix and neither of them actually work to their best. So what I like to do is I like to put on my face primer and then work on my eyes. Maybe I'll do a little bit of a lip exfoliator. I might even go brush my teeth. I need to do something, or do my hair. You need to appreciate that if you use face primer, if you really want your makeup to look great, you need to use face primer and let it set for a few minutes. Hi Nicole, how are you? Hi Bailey, thank you for the hashtag hello lovely. Great to see you here. So nice to see some friends. As I said, that hashtag hello lovely, it's just your little way to wave to me over the internet, send some little hugs. So I've got that lip exfoliator going on. It's going to help slough off any dead skin cells, really hydrate those lips. I live in Rhode Island. It's in New England. It's super dry this time of year. It gets cold, so as much hydration as possible I am here for. Now, I am going to do my eyes. Personally, if you can't tell, I have a lot of veins and freckles and general discoloration on my eye. I could, if I wanted to, apply my foundation and cover my eye there. I personally like to go in with my concealer and take care of that. Reason being is my concealer actually has skincare infused in it that is meant for the eye area. So not only will it cover it and cover up all that discoloration, but it's actually going to be nourishing it with things like caffeine. And it's going to help tighten it. It's going to help work on the discoloration, work on the anti-aging. So I'm going to take a little bit of essentially my skin tone and apply that right on that lid. Plus I'm going to go right in here, right where that massive discoloration is, where all that kind of purple is. Goodness gracious. Is anyone here still struggling from the time change? I do not know why we still have it. Why do we still have daylight saving time? I'm so over it. so over it. Gonna take my ring fingers. These are the fingers with the least amount of pressure, and I'm just gonna blend that out on my eyelids. Hi Corey Leanne, how are you? Great to see you. Thank you so much for that hashtag hello lovely. Hi Michelle, hello lovely, right back at you. And hi Michelle, how are you? Hello to you too. Bailey, you are on the struggle bus too, right? It's so hard, and I cut caffeine back in 2020. It was just too much. I was drinking way too much of it, and my anxiety was going through the roof with the panorama going on. That's what I nicknamed it. The panorama or the Patricia, but you know what I'm talking about, the Rona. So when that was all happening, my anxiety already was skyrocketing, and then I realized I was having too much coffee and then too much wine. And I realized, you know what, maybe if I stop one, I can stop the other. And I just stopped them both. Don't ever cut caffeine. If you drink a lot of caffeine, don't ever cut it cold turkey. Oh my gosh, that was so painful. I felt like I had the flu. My goodness. Next time I'll do it more gradually, but I completely cut it. And I stayed out of it for quite some time. But then this year came and we had our miscarriages and Blake got sick and all this kind of stuff. So I have been dabbling in a little bit of caffeine, but a little bit, much better than my 4 to 5 servings a day. So I feel like even though I saw massive benefits when I cut out caffeine in my life, I think that I can do everything in moderation. I learned my little lesson. So are you a caffeine drinker? If so, how much do you drink? Let me know in those comments. I want to see if anybody else still has a little bit of caffeine in their life. All right, so you can see the difference that happened on those eyelids by using a little bit of that concealer. Concealer is a bit creamy of a consistency, and what I like to do is just take those fingers or a blending bud, any kind of a object, just to kind of tap it out until there is no tackiness. Right, just a little tap, tap, tap. Now I'm going to go in with one of my favorite products, my liquid eyeshadow. If you have watched any of my Minute with Mary videos, have you seen me use liquid eyeshadow? Yes or no? Have you seen this liquid eyeshadow? So this is a limited edition shade in the shade Decisive, but I just felt like it matched my shirt pretty well. I'm going for a purple vibe. This month I'm running for a promotion, and it's to purple status, which if you're not in my company, that means nothing to you, but it means that it's one of the top 2 exclusive statuses, and I'm going to get so much more resources as a team leader. I lead a team of over 800 people worldwide. And when you get to these more exclusive levels, you get to go to impressive leadership retreats, you get to be in specific chats, you get to learn about product releases sooner, you get even extra support when it comes to customer support. So not only do I want to promote because, yay, that'd be fun, but honestly, it's going to be an absolute game changer for my team. So the last time I looked, we're 49% of the way to this promotion, but it is to purple. So you're going to be seeing me wear a lot of purple this month. I'm a huge believer in like attracting, you know, things, putting it out there in the universe. And so wearing purple, I might even paint my nails purple, doing all sorts of things to really bring purple in my life. So this shade right here, Decisive with the liquid eyeshadows. It's absolutely beautiful. Hi, Gloria. Hashtag hello, lovely. Thank you. Hello, Janine. I see you here. Michelle says she drinks so much caffeine. Janine says, I usually use caffeinated water enhancers. I have not ever tried those, but those sounds delicious. Gloria says, oh my God, Mary, I drink tea every day, but just one. Tea doesn't affect me as much. I will say that. Tea does not, the caffeine in it doesn't really get me rocking and rolling and speaking like the Micro Machines man. Nicole has the Reverend eyeshadow on today. Awesome. That is my favorite shade. It's this champagne shimmer shade. Upgray on Instagram says, hello, I am 20 with 40 to 50% gray hairs. Yay! Awesome. So are you embracing it, my friend? Let me know, fellow silver sister right here. It's so funny because in indoor lighting, no matter how many lights I have bouncing off this, you can see it. It's like little tinsel, but it's not as silver as I look when I go outside. When I go outside, I feel like a Targaryen from Game of Thrones, from the books. In the books, they have silver hair, but I feel quite magical. All right, so the liquid eyeshadows, I should put this on while I'm talking. You need to work quickly and you need to work one eye at a time as they dry quickly, which is lovely if you have saggy hooded eyes like me, because when you have saggy hooded eyes, it can get all kind of creased up and gross, you know? And that's if like it doesn't set. So this sets quickly, so it won't get creased up and gross, but you do need to work quickly because it wants to dry quickly. So you can either use your fingers or you can use some kind of a fluffy brush, like a crease brush. So I'll actually do the crease brush just to show you this. And what's beautiful about these shadows is as you blend them out, you diffuse the color and you create almost this ombre look, like you're using 2 or 3 eyeshadows, but really you just use one. So if you're more of a makeup novice, or if you need to find a gift for someone who's more of a makeup novice, or if you just need to do something quick, these are gonna be your jam. All right, let's do this. Janine says the brand most people may know is Mio, but they have generic options. Awesome. Oh, I have seen Mio. I've seen it at Target for energy drinks. Thank you. And Gloria says I haven't dyed my hair in over 2 years and it's taking its sweet time coming in, but it's mostly around my face. Most of my silver is actually here. I mean, it's now sprinkled everywhere. I call it my silver tinsel, but most of mine is actually on my crown. And that's the way my mom's grew in too. Right, so I'm just gonna take this liquid eyeshadow, apply it on my lower lid. You can see it's all sorts of messy. Looks crazy, right? It's because you gotta blend. So either use that beautiful little ring finger that we used on our concealer, or get a blending brush like the one I have here, this fluffy crease brush. And I like to go right to the edge of the pigment and windshield wiper it back and forth, like this. And then I even do little circles. So when you go back and forth like a rainbow shape or a windshield wiper, it diffuses the color, meaning it makes it lighter. If you do circular strokes, it keeps it just as pigmented. I don't know if you could see the difference. And then I like to bring it up. So right here, I'm at kind of like the base of my eye bone, that eyebrow bone right there. And I like to bring it into that crease. And then I generally look forward and see if I can see the color. Because once again, I have saggy eyelids, okay? It's part of age, it's part of who I am. So I wanna make sure with my slightly hooded eyes that you can actually see the color. So I can see that color. If I wanted to, I could even bring it up a little higher above that bone. What you want to make sure of is that right underneath your eyebrow, you're either keeping nice and clear or you're going to add a highlight color. Okay, you don't actually want to bring this whole shade all the way up to that eyebrow bone. It's going to make your eyelid look a lot smaller, whereas keeping this light right here will give you a nice little lift to your face. So right now I'm pretty happy with that, pretty happy with that shade. So let's go in with the other one. But yeah, so I cut out caffeine for quite some time, and now I'm back in the game, but just ever so slightly, and I feel like a Mogwai from Gremlins because I don't let myself have it after lunch. Has to be a morning thing. Can't be like a 2 p.m. feeling kind of tired and I want to add a little bit of caffeine to my day. It just doesn't happen. If I'm feeling down or tired and it's after lunch, you know, that 2 or 3 o'clock kind of sag throughout the day, little lag, I drink water. I just tell myself like, okay, I'm just gonna drink some water and that should help me. Or I'll drink seltzer water. You know, I might drink something that feels like a fizzy drink. I generally during that time when I used to drink lots of caffeine, I would have a Diet Coke or something. And I just wanted that extra caffeine. So I think sometimes I can fake it if I get a little bit of that fizz, a little seltzer water. My body's like, ooh, nice soda. It's not soda body, but it doesn't know, so the secret will stay between us. All right, so as I said, the more concentrated that liquid shadow is, the darker it's going to appear. So what I sometimes like to do after I do a little bit of this blending, which you saw, I just windshield wiper or kind of like rainbow shape did it. If I wanted it concentrated, I just kind of circular motioned it a little bit. I'm now going to go in and just do an extra little swipe right on that lower lid to keep it nice and saturated. But even this is absolutely beautiful. Can't go wrong with it. And then the trick is to not have any harsh edges. So you can even use your finger right here, or I would use my brush in circular motions because I'm trying to keep it pigmented. But as I said, these are fantastic, fantastic. I will definitely be applying more of them. I've had lots of holiday bundles coming up for you, and I've had 3 so far. My 3rd holiday bundle at Minute with Mary dropped today. It's actually an exclusive eyeshadow palette with pressed shadows, and it's a 3 eyeshadow palette stackable. They're super on trend right now, so if you do have a person in your life who's a trendy makeup person, you're going to want to check it out. Just go to minutewithmary.com and click shop here. But they are really beautiful neutral shades, and they all work beautifully together. So you get to pick your choice. There's 3 different choices to choose from, and each comes with 3. I don't have them as they're limited edition and brand new, so I just figured I'd be coming on anyway and doing some fun eyeshadow looks for you. But that will also come with that fluffy crease brush that you just saw me use, and a pencil or dip and draw eyeliner of your choice. All right, so speaking of eyeliner, I am gonna go in and do that, but after my face, because obviously my primer has now had enough time to sit on my face. I'm gonna do what I called that setting spray sandwich. Setting spray, primer, setting spray. I find that this gives great hold, particularly if you're having an oily day. And once that setting spray is dry, we're gonna go on in. Janine says AHA, so is that a high seltzer? Also has caffeinated options that's like 2/3 of coffee. That is good to know. That is good to know. But as I said, I can't go near it in the afternoon. If I have it after lunch, I can't sleep all night. And that's insane because I used to be able to drink caffeine day and night and sleep whenever. And once I weaned myself off of it, I've had a massive change. All right, so we're gonna be working with my spray foundation. This is a really air light, like very lightweight foundation. You do need to give it a good old shake, kind of like a spray can, spray bottle. Full coverage. Like there is no light to full with this, it is full. Most of my foundations can be buildable, meaning you can have light coverage days, medium coverage days, full coverage days. This is just straight up full coverage. So if you do have a lot of discoloration on your face and you want to create a beautiful blank canvas, this is going to be your jam. But I do need to shake it, so apologies. I hate abrasive noises. Whenever you work with any kind of a liquid or cream foundation, shake it before each use. It's going to make a world of difference for you. So I like to best apply it with a kabuki brush. This is a flat-topped, densely packed brush. That's going to give me great full coverage. And I'm just going to do 2 sprays. Just like my liquid foundations, this product does dry quickly. So you're going to work in kind of one section of your face at a time. What's really awesome about this is because it is fuller coverage, you don't necessarily need to use concealer. Okay, so if you want to just kind of do something more minimal and not necessarily have concealer in your repertoire, you don't have to. It works pretty well under the eye area, doesn't get all creasy for me. If, however, you're trying to highlight and brighten under that eye area, then you'll want to go in and get a concealer that's a little lighter than your current foundation shade. So I kind of swirl and press, stipple and get that right in there. Stipple means to kind of gently press it into your skin to kind of meld it. But as I said, it dries very, very quickly. So you're not going to feel like you're wearing any makeup at all. And it just creates this beautiful satin matte finish. And you essentially get rid of all of the discoloration and freckles on your face. You can see how much pink there is on my face. Now, when you are using full coverage foundation, if it's not your norm, the first time you use it, you might think, oh my gosh, I feel so washed out. Well, you kind of are, because you created this blank canvas. So you got rid of all those freckles, all those age spots, all that kind of like pinkness in your face. But the cool thing about it is that you get to add it back where you want to. You get to add back contouring if you want to slim down your face or add more dimension or make your cheekbones pop a little bit more. You get to add the blush where you would like to rather than necessarily having a flushed face everywhere. So lots and lots of cool things. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit more on this other side of my face so you can just really see when you wanna go full coverage, what it is capable of doing versus the other side of my face. But as I said, it's gonna look a little almost yellow because I'm just kind of neutralizing all of that pink. So here's all my natural flush, which I normally love. As I said, I'm more of a light coverage kind of girl, but not everybody is, and I appreciate that. And I think that there's reasons sometimes to go for more full coverage. What looks awesome, Gloria? The foundation or the eyeshadow? Tell me what you think looks awesome, because I want to thank you for that, of course. But I want to know which one it is to make sure that I know what's going on. Something's going on with my feed. So we will check that all out. All right, so I'm going to do the other half of this face as we were rocking and rolling, but I want to make sure that you can see that. Can you see the difference of, you know, freckles, age spots, the flush in my face? So once again, my natural flush placement, I kind of like. I generally get it where I apply my blush anywhere, but I do know that there's a lot of people who just have like a severely pink face or maybe rosacea. Oh, thanks, Gloria. So she says, foundation, does it harm sensitive skin at all? I have rosacea. No, it is totally safe on rosacea. Look at that. Just like it's like I was reading your mind, Gloria. How fun. So yeah, it's very, very good for sensitive skin. All of my products are safe on sensitive skin, not tested on animals, naturally based. But as I said, this is going to be the one, if you want to have this beautiful blank canvas, this is going to be your jam. And you can mattify it even more. You see how there's a little bit of a dewiness where the light is catching? If you really want full matte, you can either put pressed powder on top or a setting powder, and that will, you know, mattify this full look. But I kind of find it a satin matte, if that makes sense, which I find really realistic. And you can see my skin right now is very hydrated. So if my skin wasn't as hydrated, it probably wouldn't be having even this much dewiness. But I just exfoliated and used a hydrating mask. Great minds, Gloria. Great minds, my friend. So let's do this other side of my face, shall we? So once again, spray 2 sprays, and I just stipple where I have the most discoloration. So I'm going right for those age spots, right for the pinkness in those cheeks, and then I blend, working in small areas at a time. And as I said, if you're someone who's more of a makeup minimalist, you can even put this right underneath those eyes, and it's going to help get rid of all that discoloration. Super, super lightweight. You don't have to worry about it settling if you do have fine lines. As long as you're using that primer, it's going to really create a beautiful, beautiful canvas for you. All right, so I like to blend down a little bit onto my neck. Sometimes I blend a little bit onto my ears. And we're going to start to add the color back into my face, because as I said, you go for that full coverage, you need to add some warmth back in, either with a contour or bronzing. And then you'll also have to think about adding a little bit of blush back in. All right, so here we go. Put that little spray foundation away. If you do need a color match, let me know. However, if you have been color matched from me before, for any of the foundations, powder, stick, liquid, the Serum Plus, any of those, it will be the same exact shade, making it nice and convenient for you. Gloria says, I love a matte finish, total minimalist here. Gotta check it out. Yay, I'm so excited. Awesome. All right, want to make sure I'm not doing something I don't want to be doing. Hold on. I totally am. I pushed a button. Blake did this whole amazing situation for me, and I'm definitely messing it up. He was like, oh, I made it so you can also go live on Instagram, and I'm messing it up. So we're just going to close that out. Goodbye. Leave the site. See you later, Instagram feed. We will get rid of that. All right. Back in action. So contouring. I'm going to use the stick foundation in the color Chenille. When you're contouring, you are chiseling out your features. You're adding a faux shadow so you can slim your face, raise your cheekbones, make your forehead look slimmer, get rid of the double chin, make your lip look plumper, even slim your nose. So I'm going to do all those kind of things. Let's make sure I'm telling you, I messed up Instagram. Oops, oh well. All right, so we're gonna go right here to where the cheekbone kind of divots in. If you don't know where it is, just take your fingers in the high point of the cheekbone and bring it down here. You'll be able to feel it. Just kind of go like that. Beautiful, right? Then what you're gonna do is you're going to, if you have a larger forehead, you can go around your hairline. And I bring it down here. Do. It's gonna look messy, but I promise you it all looks great in the end. You wanna have a fuller pout. You go right underneath this lip right here to create that faux shadow, like your lip was so full that it casts a big shadow. If you want to contour your nose, you're gonna see where your natural shadow is. So my natural shadow goes here. You see how it kind of goes big like a big bell? what I'm going to do is actually fudge that and draw the shadow line even thinner in. So my nose starts off a little thin up top and then just kind of widens out towards the base. So I'm just going to fudge it by drawing some fake lines right there. And if your nose is a little longer than you'd like, you can even draw a line at the bottom to make it look like it's shorter. And then of course that chin area, add a little bit right there, and then add a bit of definition for your chin. So it's great to kind of get into the habit of contouring, even if it's not as dramatic as the darkness that you see me wearing here. You can actually just go a couple of shades darker than your foundation just to start to dip your toes into it. The reason that you're doing this is to add that dimension back. When you go for more fuller coverage foundation, not only are you creating a beautiful blank canvas on which you can create, you know, your masterpiece, but you almost make your face a little bit more two-dimensional. And by doing a bit of a contour, it's going to help bring that dimension back. And as I said, in the process, you can also slim or enhance things a little bit more by doing that contouring. So if you are someone who does want to do full face, full coverage foundation, just keep that in mind. That contouring might be something you want to practice. And you do look ridiculous in the beginning. I mean, look at me. I've got brown lines and spots all over my face, but you just need to trust the process. And if you learn nothing else from my Minute with Mary videos, blending is key. When in doubt, blend. Blending will help diffuse, blending will help kind of be a little magic eraser. It's all sorts of things. All right, so I need to blend under my lip right there. And then down the sides of my nose. I'm actually just gonna take my finger so I don't have a big old brush right there, make a big smudge. So even just taking your finger, okay? It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You can contour with any kind of foundation. You can use even a bronzer. You can just use a darker shade of the foundation that you're using. The world is your oyster when it comes to it. Oh, Gloria, awesome. Just send me a message, Gloria, and I can color match you in a jiffy. You can also, if you want, Gloria, you can also message either Meg or Tony, because I know that sometimes you check out their videos too. So you could, if you wanted to message either of them right now, and whoever responds to you, you can shop through them, as it all goes towards my team. And I love to make sure that we're helping support people. So now I've got a silly looking face, right? I've got a silly looking face. So we blended out the lines of that contour. Now I'm just gonna go back with my foundation brush. I'm not adding anything to it, but I'm just going to swirl. Remember, swirling keeps it pigmented. I'm gonna swirl where the contour meets my foundation, because I don't want there to ever be a big old line, right? And what it's gonna create is just that kind of shadow look, right? So just swirl where they meet. And this way there's no obvious line of like, oh yeah, there's a big contour line. I have gone out in public though and forgotten to blend one aspect, whether it's down here on my neck. I've definitely forgotten to do that. I have forgotten to blend my nose, and thank God it's generally Blake who will call me out. He'll say, I think you need to blend that a little bit more. But luckily he knows what it is. All right, so we blended that sucker out, and it's time to add in a little bit of either blush or bronzer. If you want to warm up your face a little more, a lot of us are really kind of losing that tan, you can go in and add the bronzer. You don't need to though. I'm kind of still in between my shades in regards to my skin tone. I still have a bit of color left on me. I'm not necessarily vampire pale. And for me, I do like to add a little bit of a bronze. So I'm just gonna go and take that bronzer with a big old fluffy powder brush. So as exact as I was with my contour, I'm doing the opposite when it comes to bronzing. Bronzing is about adding warmth to your face. So I'm just gonna go kind of around the same areas where I did the contouring at first. And then I do where the sun would kiss me. So those high points of those cheeks, still going on that contour area. It's just a nice light dusting. Once again, just adding in some realness to my face, because we created this blank canvas, right? So as I said, full coverage foundation looks great. You get to be creative. It takes a little bit more work to make it that, you know, Rembrandt of makeup that you like, but it's well worth it, because you get to create the coloring and placement wherever you choose, not just where Mother Nature wants to choose. So this, as I said, I'm just adding a little bit of bronzer, kind of where I added the contour. I add a little bit more on the upper points of my cheeks, as that's where the sun would kiss me. I add a little on my nose and a little right here on my chin, once again, where the sun would kiss. So it's just adding the natural looking of the coloring, but where I want it. All right, now I am going to go in and do a little bit of blush. I did, however, misplace my blush brush the other day, so I'm going to have to see if I can find it or pivot again. I pivoted yesterday, so we'll just pivot again. Are you here? Are you hiding? No, those are other brushes. I need to do a massive clean. Once again, Blake was helping me tweak things, so in the process, things got moved a little bit, and it's just not where I put it. Not where I put it. I'll find it. But we'll still use this brush, and I'm going in with the shade Sisterly. So this is a great shade if you're just looking for your everyday blush. To me, this is my natural flush color, and it does have a little bit of a luminosity to it, meaning it's going to help catch that light. I have a lot of luminosity going on right now, just that light catching dewiness. It gives you a very youthful look. So even if you're going for more of a matte finish with your foundation, having a blush like this shade right here, Sisterly, will add that youthful aspect to your cheeks. So I just take my brush, and when I do blush, I make sure I just gently pounce the brush all over it, and I actually gently press it then on the mirror. So I'm not using the mirror. Sorry, mirror, you're not being used. But I'm making sure that the color is all over the brush. Generally, if people just boop right into the pan, it just really highly saturates the color in one spot, and it doesn't get it all over the bristles. I want all the bristles to have a little light dusting of this product so that I can gently brush it on my face. So I'm going to go right here on that high point of my cheekbone, just ever so lightly, and I'm bringing it in kind of this upward diagonal shape, just following that cheekbone. It's going to give me a nice lift to the face, adding that coloring that you already saw was on my face, but kind of adding it back my way, doing it where I want it to. So if you're not in my VIP group, I am going to make a little plug. You're going to want to search that hashtag Minute with Mary to join on in. I'm sharing all about the different holiday bundles and deals. This week it is a cute little eyeshadow pressed trio, perfectly giftable, great for those of you who are eyeshadow people and love, you know, having the flexibility with eyeshadows. But this is a great thing. It's almost like a couple of these stacked on top of each other, and then they spin out and the different eyeshadows appear in there. You'll see some images that I'll be sharing, but really easy to use. I won't be able to demonstrate it as I don't have it. It is limited edition and it's only available this week, but I do want to let you know that I'm going to actually have four specials next week. So if you're not in my VIP group or you're not on my complimentary texting service, I would love for you to either get in one or both of those things. My texting service, you just take out your phone and you text the phone number 81010, so 81010. And in the message field, you do the @ at Mary's VIPs. No spaces, all lowercase, all connected. So the @ symbol, Mary's VIPs. And you will get a text alert when my bundles drop. So I'm going to have a bundle drop on Monday of next week, and then a bundle on Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and on Sunday. Each of those three on the weekend are just 24-hour hot quick sales, and I want to make sure that you're well aware of them, because you may or may not be on your phone that day. You might be shopping, you might be seeing loved ones, you might be still hanging out for the holidays and stuff. But if something there is on your wish list, I want to make sure you know about it. So I recommend everybody who even is thinking remotely of hanging out with me for the holidays and checking out my sales to make sure you join that text service. Because as I said, I'm a firm believer to take time from social media, especially on the holiday season when you're with your family. But I want to make sure you know about the sales too. All right, so I go a little heavy-handed with my blush because then I know I blend it out. Once again, you're going to hear me say it over and over and over and over again. Blending is key to your makeup. So I take a big fluffy setting powder brush and I just go like this. Once again, no harsh lines, and it just ends up looking super duper natural. And it works out well for me. Janine says, I would love to do more full face looks, but I'm usually doing my makeup in the car and taking makeup shortcuts. Awesome. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, Janine, and I'm the same way. You know, I'm a busy mom. I got my 2 kids running out the door. I'm probably not going to be doing full coverage, contouring, bronzing, blushing tomorrow when I'm on my son's field trip. I'm probably not going to go full on out. It will probably be a quicker one. But on the flip side, I do think it's important for those of you who do play around with makeup to know the difference, because you got those date nights, right? You got the weddings, you got the big events, the holidays. And even if you just want to do it for you, I say learning how to apply makeup in these different ways, figuring out which placement looks best on your face, it's going to be a game changer. I know for me, when I started to really play with makeup, when I joined this company and I really started to work and see what worked well for me, I was like, oh, okay. This looks so good. This is so fun. And then you find even more shortcuts and more little tricks. So I am going to go and set under my eyes with my Behold Translucent Setting Powder. Remember in the beginning I said if you really want a full matte look, you are going to want to set your face with some powder. So I particularly recommend you set around your under eyes just with a light dusting. Also, if you have large pores, this is really going to help diffuse the texture look of it. But I'm trying not to really get rid of that dewiness or the light, the highlighting. I'm trying not to ruin that. I can even go on top of it if I want to. But a little bit of the setting powder. It doesn't add any color. It doesn't add any coverage. It just kind of locks the makeup in place, but also dulls the shine. So if you are someone who wants that matte look, you can do that. And then I'm just going to do a very, very light dusting on most of my face to lock that makeup in. When I talk about that sandwich, you need to have great priming products and then great setting products so that way your makeup honestly lasts all day. It's going to last you scratching your face. It's going to last you putting your mask on and off, or getting a kiss from a loved one, or just time and wind and being outside and all that stuff. So whether or not you are a sweaty, oily person or not, having a little bit of a setting product is really essential if you want your makeup to last and look its best all day. All right, so I'm just going and applying it. I'm just going to lightly put it on my blush. There we go. We could still get it. Awesome. Ta-da! So translucent setting powder, I'm a firm believer in. Firm believer in. And it gives you that more matte finish. If you do prefer the dewy finish, you can just take that setting spray, shake it up. Anytime you got a liquid or cream, shake it up, baby, and spray your face, and you'll be good to go. It will look a little wet at first, but it dries very, very quickly, so you don't have to worry about that. Let's finish this look up and do a little bit of something with my eyes, shall we? All right, so I am going to comb out my eyebrows. I had like a different eyebrow tool that I wanted to use, but I can't find it right now. I've got really thick eyebrows, friends. I've got crazy thick eyebrows, and they always attract foundation. They're like, oh, you're putting foundation on your face? How about on me too? And then I end up looking like I have crazy eyebrows. So we're just gonna comb through those little suckers, and I am going to add a little bit of product with a brow pencil. Some people I know don't have a lot of eyebrows and you need to draw them in. If you need help with that, I can send you some videos, or I can send you to a couple of my teammates who are fantastic about carving out eyebrows, you know, adding that to your face if they're not already there. I am not the best at demonstrating that because my eyebrows are so naturally thick that the techniques that I share don't help you. So as I said, if you have no eyebrows or very, very few, let me know and I can point you in the right direction to get the support you need, or I can send you the videos. But I sadly cannot demonstrate that on myself. I more add a little bit of color to add some structure and to go over my gray, my silver eyebrows. Eyebrows are the trick to the fountain of youth. If you have your eyebrows filled in, they're going to add a little bit of a lift to your face. They're going to make you look more youthful. They're also going to draw attention to your eyes. Even if you're a glasses wearer, it's almost more important to do your eyebrows then. So a lot of people I know choose not to do foundation or any of that kind of stuff on their face, but they will make sure that they have their brows on and maybe like a little lip color, or their brows on and mascara and a lip color. Are any of you brow people? You know, you're like, yes, I have to do my brows. Nicole says, I would love to see some eyebrow videos. I have thick ones as a kid and then started plucking. Oh, so are yours all super thin now, Nicole? Have yours thinned out? And I just turn this little pencil around. There's this cute little brush, and it helps really dispense the product nicely and evenly, and it looks super natural. But you can just see, it just added a little structure to my brow and kind of just brought more attention to my eye overall. It's not that this one's bad, it's just when I take the time to do more of a full coverage makeup, I like to kind of amp everything up just a little bit. It looks a little bit more polished. This is the kind of eyebrow I'm fine with just combing through when I do light coverage, but on full coverage days where I'm going for that more polished look, I add a little structure to the eyebrow. All right, let's do this. So I'm super excited. What do you all want to see? What do you want to see on sale for my Minute with Mary holiday deals? I don't know what they are, so I couldn't tell you. Even if you wanted to know, they announce it to us over the weekends, and then for the 24-hour flash sale ones that will be happening on Black Friday and Small Business Saturday and Small Business Sunday, they'll let me know like 24 hours ahead of time. But I want to know, and that way too, if anything goes on sale that's on your wish list, I can let you know. fun little tip for you. If you do have some Minute with Mary stuff on your wish list, tell your gifting people, tell your family, tell your loved one, hey, just so you know, this is my wish list. Introduce them to me on Facebook. I have had at least a dozen people who are not my customers, like husbands, moms, sisters, reach out to me and say, hey, I heard that so-and-so buys from you. I want to get her some stuff. And because if you've been a customer of mine, I know your undertones, I know your preference, we come up with some really good things, or you just get refills of the things that I already know you love and trust and may be running out of. So whether or not you have a wish list from my site, if you want to do a little bit of gifting there, please, please, please let me know. I can contact your special someone via email and let them know, hey, guess what? I'm a little holiday elf. I can get Nicole or Gloria, whoever, you know, would want it, what they really want for Christmas. So let me know, because it's a fun thing that I do. So when you do your brows for the first time and you haven't yet done your mascara, it looks silly, right? You're like, what did I do? At least that's how I feel when I look at myself. So when I add a little bit of mascara, it makes a big difference. I'm going to do a little bit of eyeliner first, just because I feel a little glam today. I did full coverage, and I never do full coverage, so I figured now's the time. I'm going to be using my Dip and Draw eyeliner. This is one of the items included in this week's holiday bundle. So bundle number 3 comes with that exclusive eyeshadow compact. As I said, it's kind of like in this kind of shape, and then you twist them out, and it comes with 3 complimentary eyeshadows. There's 3 different types to choose from. Then it also comes with an eyeliner and the fluffy crease brush. Mary's Lash Serum will help. Yes, they will. That is a great point. Thank you, Rachel. So the Lash Serum that I sell not only nourishes your lashes so that they're longer and stronger, but you actually can brush it through your eyebrows, and it will help grow them back. It takes time. Anything when it comes to like skincare or hair growth takes time in regular use. But Nicole, I would totally treat yourself. I will say I generally have a mascara and lash product bundle. So if you can wait for it, because it's usually like, you know, mascara and lash serum, you know, or 2 mascaras or lash, whatever. Like, we haven't had it yet, and they're my flagship products. So I feel like something is coming that's going to have the Lash Serum in it. So if you want to wait, just make sure that you're on my complimentary text list, which I know you are, Nicole. But definitely, I'm a frugal person. You know, I don't want you to have to spend your money if it's going to go on sale soon. And in my gut, I know it's going to go on sale. It always does this time of year. So keep your eyes on that. Don't you hate that when you go buy something and then like a week later it's on sale and you're like, oh man? So because I know that they always do it, I'm just telling you, I'm just being real with you. Save your money and wait. Wait just a few days. It's not this week. Maybe it'll be next week. Maybe it'll be the week after. I don't know, but it's coming. I know it has to be coming soon. Okay, awesome, Nicole. It's, you know, I'm laughing at myself because I'm reminding myself right now of the Santa from Miracle on 34th Street. You know, he's like, oh, we don't carry it here, but if you go to the store down the line, they've got it and it's on sale. And it actually ends up working in the store's favor, that he is so knowledgeable of discounts and things like that. That's what I feel like. I'm like, don't shop now. But it's true. I know in my gut. And if it doesn't happen, Nicole, we'll talk and we'll make something happen. But I know in my gut it has to happen. All right, so I just used a little bit of liquid eyeliner. I did a little bit of a wing. This is so easy. If you're someone who wants to try a cat eye, a little wing, a bat wing, get yourself my Dip and Draw eyeliner. Once again, it's a liquid. It's got a little ball in it, just like the spray foundation that I'm wearing today. So you give it a little shake. And then you need a good mascara, Gloria. What kind of mascara have you been using? And do you want to try something new? Because I've got all sorts of mascaras. So I'm just taking this liquid Dip and Draw eyeliner. It comes in black, and I believe it also comes in brown. I'm just going right along that lash line. You can also do this part with pencil or eyeshadow. Okay, you don't have to do it with the Dip and Draw. So if you're someone who has a bit of a shaky hand, but you can do this better with a pencil that you can smudge or an eyeliner you can smudge, do that. And then the cool thing about this eyeliner is the tip. The tip is actually shaped in like a very thin triangle. So what I do is I line it up. There's this imaginary line. Let me show you. I love this part. There's this imaginary line from your nostril to the base of your eye. This is ideally the trajectory of where your eyebrow should end. So if you take a pencil, I mean, if you're at work, sorry, you can't do it, but if you're at home, get yourself a pencil and go like this. So nostril into eye, and boom. Oh, there we go. Boom. That's where your eyebrow should ideally end. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. But that's also the line that I kind of like to follow when I'm doing my eyeliner. So I take that dip and draw eyeliner, I give it a good little shake, and then I honestly just stamp it. So I follow that kind of imaginary line that I just made. And I just press and stamp. How cool is that, right? You could literally just do that and be like, I have a thin wing eyeliner. I just stamped it. If you want to thicken it up, you just go to the bottom and you just start to connect it a little bit. Whether that was all dip and draw eyeliner on your eye or if you used a pencil or something else. But that is the trick that I have found to doing my little wing. And it just can't get any easier than that. And the cool thing with doing a winged eyeliner, if you've never done it before, I'm going to challenge you to try it out. I find it adds so much more drama to your eye, and the little wing acts like an eyelash, and it acts like this eyelash in this outer area. And when you really focus on having thick, wonderful eyelashes in this outer area of your eye, it just opens it up and makes your eye look so much more open and dramatic. So if you do have hooded eyelids, know that this is a liquid eyeliner, and you have to sit there for a little bit like you're tired or like you've had a little bit of fire whiskey or something, just to let that liquid eyeliner dry so it doesn't stamp on your upper eyelid. Okay, so that's why I'm looking like this. I look a little silly. It all serves a purpose, I promise. All right, I am going to go in with that Lash Primer. So there's a difference between Lash Primer and Lash Serum. We were talking with Nicole earlier about Lash Serum to actually grow your lashes, and it can be used for your eyebrows. You apply it like your skincare routine. So mine is actually in my bathroom. After you've washed your face at night, you apply it just on the tips of your lashes, kind of the outer half of your lash, top and bottom lashes if you'd like, and you can then comb it through your brows. I do love to also recommend for friends who are trying to grow their brows that you use it also in the morning on your brows, because nobody's going to notice. If you use the Lash Serum during the day and you apply mascara on top of it, it might just get like a little dry. It might be hard to apply your mascara. Kind of like if you took hairspray and then you tried to brush it, you know how it's like, oh, there's something in there. So I like to wear Lash Serum at night for my eyelashes, but for friends who are using it for their brows, morning and night works beautifully. This right here is Lash Primer. So this is like a push-up bra for your mascara. It's going to take your favorite mascara, make it thicker, fuller, longer, smoother. It's amazing. And it has vitamins inside. So it also is going to help nourish those lashes even more. So this is a great option if you already have a mascara that you love. Right now I'm putting on my my 4D mascara. This is my volumizing mascara. This is kind of that dramatic one that if you love the look of false eyelashes, really, really thick lashes, this would be your jam. It has little fibers infused in it, but you can't even see them. They're so small. And it has a double-sided wand to get low density and high density bristles to really make sure that you're coating all of your lashes. So I just apply it on top. You don't have to use Lash Primer, but I just find that the results become like super, super good. So if you are a lash lover, keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes out. And you saw I didn't redunk. I'm just using the same product that's on that wand. Let's see. Did I happen to mail you that twisted mascara? You know what, Janine? I haven't sent it to you yet. Oh my gosh, thank you for the reminder, my friend. I have your little gift thing right here on this table, and we had a family emergency happen. So thank you for reminding me. Oh my gosh, I have your little gift bag right here. So thank you. I will take care of that. If not later today, I'm going to take care of it tomorrow. So thank you. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. So I just took a little second coat and I'm just doing on the tips of those lashes. Let me know if you heard that, Janine. I don't know if you're still here. Gloria says I use Maybelline Great False Lashes, the purple one. How funny that they have a purple one too. They're probably trying to like, oh yeah, we're just like them. Try mine, Gloria. Try mine, the 4D. All right, so let's go on this other eye. So you can just see once again what that dramatic mascara did. Can you see the difference? I sure can. You can use an eyelash curler if you'd like, if you've got little lashes or if your lashes are really straight. I find that these products do help me curl my lashes naturally. So I don't always use them. It just depends. It depends how my eyes are that day, if I'm going to use an eyelash curler or not. But today I found that the lashes looked like they were going to behave. I have cowlicks in my lashes. Just like the hair on your head, you can have cowlicks in your eyelashes. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Oh, thank you so much, Janine. No, we just had a family emergency, and then I had hoped to do a lot more work this weekend, and we took the kiddos to go get their vaccines. One of them had a successful experience, one of them did not, and it just was crazy. And then we had the tornadoes. Or tornado warnings. They are working on confirming to see if we actually had tornadoes in Rhode Island or not. There were 3 distinct tornado warnings in different areas of our tiny state. This never happens. Oh my gosh, never happens. I've lived here my whole life, friends. I've never had this happen. Like, we live in a tree ocean area, like a foresty ocean area. What is going on? And what was crazy is when we were driving through it, so this is after the failed vaccination trauma of, like, I'll tell you why it was failed. I'll tell you in a hot second. After all this trauma, all of us are like high anxiety, just we want to get home. We're driving home and we get these you know, like distress, watch out. And so it said, you know, tornado warning in this area. And then before you know it, a second tornado warning in another area, and then a third tornado warning in a different area. And they all combined, there was all a little part of the warning zones for each of those supposed tornado warnings. And where they overlapped was where we were driving. Oh my gosh. It was terrifying. It was terrifying. And I can laugh at it now, but I'm like, oh my gosh, it was so bad. So we made it safe and sound. But nonetheless, my brain has been mush. So we had a pretty bad experience trying to get the littles vaccinated, because I just went online. You can go to vaccinateri.org, I think, or I don't know, com or go. I have no idea. I went onto the vaccination site for my state, signed the kids up for this big place where they do it, and that was my mistake. I should have just done it at a small little pharmacy or my pediatrician's office. But I just went to one of the big places where, you know, you're in and out, doing it all up. The amount of children that were screaming when you walked in. Guys, like, it hurt me in my heart and soul. Thankfully, one of my kids was like, all right, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. I'm brave. We had this whole mantra, like, I'm brave, I'm strong, I can do this. And then the other one, you can't blame them because, yeah, I have a fear of needles and everything, and hearing all these other children screaming like, no, it was terrible. So we tried to wait it out. We said, like, maybe it's just a noisy family. We tried, and then we sat down and calmed the child down, and no, just it felt like every other family there was a kid freaking out, which, like, you can't blame them, right? So that all happened, and then we went to a second venue that was small and intimate and one person at a time. We felt like, okay, there's going to be no screaming families, but I think the trauma was already done. I think my kid was like, this is a terrifying experience, I'm not gonna do it. So we begged and bribed and did all the things, and it wasn't successful. So we had this whole day of, like, screaming kids and, like, please do this, come on, you could do it, to not have it happen for one of the kids. And then we had the tornado stuff, so it was so bad. It was so bad, Gloria. I actually spoke to the school nurse today, my kid's school, and I asked her, I was like, what can we do? Can you give kids, like, calm down meds? Because I know for me, getting dental work or the surgeries that I've had this year, whether for the miscarriage or for the lump on my chest that I had to have anxiety medication. So I hate needles too. But you can't give a kid anxiety medication. I asked the nurse, I was like, can't you just give them, like, a little kid thing? I know they can, because my daughter, when she was younger, She had her eyebrow split. They had to stitch her, and obviously, you know, kids are going to freak out if they see you stitching right next to their head. So they gave her something, some little cocktail that she was droozy and all this stuff. But they can't do that for kids, you know, with vaccinations. So the nurse was like, no, just keep trying to bribe and see if that works. So we're going to see what happens. Calm down meds. Good luck with that, says Corey. I know. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they have calm down meds for my kids. So I'm just going to do a little bit of lip butter. This is a shade called Scenic Drive. So as I said earlier, my lips have been a bit dry just because the weather's changing and we're having the heat on here, and whenever that happens, you know, your skin kind of changes. I definitely need to uptick my water intake. But one of the things that I could recommend for you is making sure you exfoliate your lips, you're taking good hydration for your lips, and even switching up your lip products like a lip butter, whether you want a pigment or not. I will say the more moisturizing lip product that you get, whether it's like a gloss or a lip butter, it will transfer more, meaning it'll come off in your coffee cup when you kiss somebody, things like that. But they're more nourishing. So you always have to kind of weigh your options with lip products. Do I want it to be long-lasting wear where it doesn't come off, knowing that it won't be the most nourishing product for my lips? Or do I care about nourishing my lips and making sure that they feel, you know, really, really hydrated, but it might come off when I eat or drink? So it's just a little toss-up. The pro and con list. But you can also see some of the glossiness to it, so that's another trick, is if your lip product is a little glossy, it will more likely be nourishing, but it will also more likely make a mess if you wear a mask or if you eat with it. So just some ideas for you when you go about checking out different makeup products. Janine says, my dad used to have to hold a candy in my hand during shots, and as soon as the shot was over, I was allowed to eat it. Janine, I'm totally going to try that out. We were offering candy, but we didn't let her hold it. So maybe we can do that. That sounds brilliant. So we'll try that. We're going to try lots of things. We did a practice. We did acting it out, so she practiced. Oh, I just gave it away. So they you know, practiced giving me the shot, you know, just with like a pencil, like we just pretended, you know, just so that they could feel what it feels like and everything. But we'll get there. I have faith. It's just part of the journey, but that is why my brain has been mush, to say the least. All right, my friends, I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to put that hashtag #HelloLovely down in the comments below if you haven't already done that. It's a little way to help boost the algorithm, so that way more people can see the video. You can also share this on your wall or in your story so more people can see it. And I hope that you have a great day. Thanks for hanging on out.